Hey everyone, welcome back to the Shutter and Compass podcast. I'm Megan.
And I'm Shelby.
And we are just going to touch base with you guys. We've been a little MIA lately, and there's a good reason for that. And so we wanted to pop on and, number one, tell you we're back. This is our relaunch, if you will, and give you a little bit of information on where we went and what was going on. I guess we're kind of spill the tea a little bit.
Oh, I like that. Spill the tea.
Yeah.
That's a nice way to say that.
That's a little, yeah, it's a little bit of what we're doing. So, yeah, we had a little bit of a setback, which, happens. And I think that that's always going to happen when you're starting a company, especially this type of a thing where we didn't actually know where we were going with it. We were just kind of like, hey, let's try this fun idea and do a podcast and see what happens. And, we wanted to partner with people we trusted, and we were kind of thrown for a loop when some things didn't
work out as we had thought.
Yeah, exactly.
And we do. We definitely want to apologize because we definitely thought we would be popping on a little bit more, but y'all, life right. happened.
Yeah.
And that is A-okay.
It is.
Because again, things happen, and what we have said from the beginning is we want to bring you authentic information. We want to be true to ourselves, true to you guys. We want to bring you really kind of the world, our travels as we see it, and also the parts of this business that we are building from the ground up. And we are so excited because that little detour that we took has landed us somewhere even better and with more things going on. Not that we need more things in our world.
We're very busy.
But we're excited about the busy.
We are. We love it. So it's one of those things where something happens and you're like, oh my gosh, why is this happening? And then you come out the other side of it and go, oh, that had to happen for us to get to where we got, and for this new opportunity to kind of fall in our laps of, this is actually what we're supposed to focus on and what we feel like we're supposed to do. So had that little detour curveball not been thrown at us, I don't know that we would have gotten here so quickly, or if we would have at all. So we have a whole new kind of focus. I mean, we're still doing the podcast, we're still doing the YouTube videos, but we're kind of building a whole nother piece of Shutter and Compass.
Yeah, don't fret. It's still travel.
Yeah.
Still photography, still food, still all the things that are Megan and Shelby bringing stuff to you, but with a slightly different, I don't even want to say focus, just more.
Another piece.
Another component.
We're doing all the same things we were doing, we're just adding more.
Because we didn't think we were doing enough.
Yeah, we just added something. It's one of those see a need, fill a need. That's how I described it from the beginning. We see a need and we're going to fill that need. And I think it's going to be really exciting, and we are building it from the ground up, and we're doing something that I don't think anyone else is doing. I can't find anyone else doing what we're about to do. So it's very exciting because no one's doing this that I'm aware of. And
entrepreneurship with something that is a little bit of a novel idea, a little bit that is complete passion on both our parts with the photography and the travel and the food. Putting all of that together as entrepreneurs, if you are an entrepreneur, you already know this. But for anyone who doesn't know, it's hard.
Yeah.
There's 1,000 little balls up in the air all of the time. Even when you think one component is good and finished and on its little way, it's not.
Right.
You have to come back to it. And right now we're a team of 2.
And also we both have full-time jobs. So this is our side hustle passion project, in addition to our jobs. So for those who watch us and are like, oh my gosh, you guys just travel for your job, must be nice. No, that's not true.
One day.
We have real jobs.
We're building this so we can do that.
Mm-hmm. And we'll get there. But for right now, we just have a lot of really exciting pieces, but the podcast and the videos are still going to be happening, but we're relaunching. We had to scrap a few episodes, but the reason is because we, like Shelby said, we want to bring you the truth and authentic experiences, I guess is the way to say it. So we had to scrap a few episodes because even though we thought we were in a good place with something that we trusted, we then realized that we didn't
like the way it was going.
Yeah.
And we
thank you.
Genuinely wanted to keep true to giving you guys the best information and the best of what we understand and what we know. And we can't do that fully when we have something kind of nagging at us that this is not the right way to continue.
Right. So we had to scrap a few episodes. So that is what pushed us off track. So then that's fine because, like we said, this is how it needed to happen.
And she's actually being super, super generous right now.
Yes.
I've also been a little bit off track because I'm going to be homeless in a month.
Yeah.
We found out some news. I'm having shoulder surgery in a couple of months. There's been a couple of things thrown my way. So Megan's been doing a lot on her own, which she was already doing a ton.
We both got curveballs. I mean,
yes,
like I got that one, and then her surgery. She has to find a new place to live. She's gonna be homeless, maybe not. Might live in a friend's basement. We don't know.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's all like super exciting right now, guys.
I just live in here by the water, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, anytime.
No, but seriously, we did. We had a lot of real life going on in addition to business life going on, plus other business life going on.
Plus, we have kids too.
Family.
And that.
And it's the end of the year with school, so it was a lot of things thrown at us kind of at one time that we were tackling little bits and pieces of, but we weren't able to really concentrate. But again, sparked newer, better ideas for us to really be like, okay, this is what we want. This is where we're going now. And we feel good about it.
We do. And we're not giving the details just yet because we're still in the building phase. And so I feel like it's a little early to give the specifics. But
whatever, she's just drawing suspense, y'all.
Or that maybe. I'm really hoping that we will have an actual product available June-ish. Definitely into July, if not into June. So we should have more of an update soon. It's currently the end of May, so that's like in a month and a half-ish.
June and July seem so far off a couple of weeks ago, and now it's like around the corner.
It's crazy. So speaking of big news and speaking of June and July, we are going to Disney and Universal in July. And we're going to Epic Universe. And if you guys have not been following along with Epic Universe, it's a really, really big deal. It's their brand new theme park.
And why is it a really, really big deal? Theme parks are everywhere. We have little ones, we have big ones, we have Disney, we have Disneyland, we have all the things. But unbeknownst to me until a couple of days ago, this is like the big new one in like 20 years. I want to say that's what I read. If I don't quote me on that, but something like 20 years for something of this magnitude.
Right. And it's, ride technology that's never been used before. So it's a huge deal. They've upped the food. The food is supposed to be the best food that a theme park has ever had. So there's all of these really cool pieces of it. So we're going to go in July. It opened this month in May, so it's only going to have been open for a couple months. At the time we go, it will be hot and crowded, and we're going to get as much great footage as we can, and we're very excited.
Mm-hmm. Great footage, great food, great time with family. We're really, really excited because honestly, despite the heat and all the things, we get to be among, not literally the first, but among the first to really get to go and experience all of it. Do we know that there's probably going to be kinks that they're going to have to work out? Yes. Do we know it's going to be hot and miserable?
Yes.
Do we know the long lines are inevitable? Also, yes. But we're going to do what everyone else does when we go on vacation, especially to a theme park, and we're going to make the most of it, and we're going to bring you guys all the content that we can because we know this is that level of exciting.
Definitely. And I mean, we'll bring you the tips that we figure out. One of the biggest ones is we got express passes, and that's going to be huge to help us on our flow through our day. We're staying at Helios, so we'll be able to just walk into Epic Universe and take advantage of the early entry. Hopefully that will get us on Harry Potter, and we'll see if it's up and running that day. I don't know. We just have a lot of really exciting stuff. So don't give up on us. The podcast is back, and the videos we are going to continue launching our virgin ones. Those were kind of on hold too. We really just kind of stepped away from it and had to regroup and figure out what we were doing.
And how to proceed, because the kind of the tea, if you will, it was enough to be like, okay, we need to step back. We need to refocus. We need to think about things and how we want to show up for you guys.
Right.
And that was the best way. We honestly just completely stepping back.
Yeah, we did. And we took a breather, we regrouped, and now we're back and we're ready to press on. We didn't want to dribble stuff out like half-heartedly. We wanted to just pause everything and then come back in full force.
And we feel so much more rejuvenated, I think, because of it. Honestly, this right here, right now, I feel so much more excited just kind of getting it all out there. And again, letting you guys know we are still here. We're not going anywhere. She's
Right.
stuck with me for a really long time, y'all.
Yeah, that's how I want it. So, I mean, we're definitely very, very excited, and we have big stuff coming even after summer. If you guys have followed our socials, which I hope you do, you might have seen that we're going to Sandals, Montego Bay next May. So a year from right now, 2026. And we're going to be there April 30th through May 7th. You don't have to go those exact dates if you want to go with us. It's a group trip. It's going to be super fun. So if you'd like to come, you can. I think we're staying for a week, so it's like 7 days or nights or whatever. If you want to go and you were like, I only want to do 4 nights, you can still go with us and do that, and you can still have the group perks, which is pretty cool.
And we are going to pop all of that information below too. And that way, yes, we hope you're following the socials, but we want the information accessible. And we're so excited because this is our first like group Shutter and Compass only trip. I mean, we're working with somebody, Kristen Alfred.
Yeah, Kristen Alfred.
And she's been fantastic through this, and we've gotten some kind of back knowledge on some of the ways that we're going to have fun in, I don't know, different, unique ways while traveling. Yeah. So for me, that's going to be amazing. I'm really, really excited about that.
Yeah, there is going to be a 5K while we're there. That was actually, Kristen reached out to us and was like, do you guys want to go next year for the 5K? Because she went this year. And so we said, of course we do. And it's for Jill Stewart, who is connected to Sandals. I don't remember the exact connection. I did look it up, but it is in her honor. So we'll have to get some more information and do like a whole episode on Sandals and their 5K, so we can bring you. I just want to bring you accurate information. I don't want to tell you what I think I remember and then find out I'm wrong. So we'll devote a little bit more to the 5K specifically. But if you want to do it, you can, and you don't have to. You can go on the group trip and skip over that.
You can cheer us on, or you can just lay by the pool.
Yeah,
I might be laying by the pool. You might not be cheering me on personally, but you know.
Right, or maybe we'll still be in bed. Who knows? But we'll cheer Kristen on because she's, I think, definitely going to do it. And it looks like a lot of fun. So, I mean, we have a year to get ready. We could do it.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Do you want to tell them the other thing that we're going to do?
Yes. Well, actually, there's two components. We're going to bring stuff. Mm-hmm. So, okay, we like the aspect of being charitable.
Yes.
Sometimes that is not always easy. I'm getting to that, I promise. But one of the ways that we can do this as a Shutter and Compass kind of a group community, tribe, if you will, we can actually get school supplies and things that children need there, which I think that's fantastic. So we can have a drive for that. We can take that with us. That's one super exciting component.
Yes. We'll bring a whole suitcase full of school supplies.
In addition to the 5K. So that's like two amazing things. So the third one. Okay, so a little bit of a backstory. I am a Christian, and when I became a Christian, I'm still, even many years later, trying to sort out all the ways that I can help people and do things. But back when I started down this path, I was like, I'm going to be a missionary. This is going to be fantastic. Like, I'm going to go to Africa because, again, I had a very limited worldview. Now it sounds silly. I get that. I'm going to go do all this stuff, and it's going to be fantastic. Anyways, that lives in my head for a little while. My husband, about a week later, he's like, Shelby, I've got this great trip planned and blah, 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 blah. And I'm not knocking anyone who likes this particular hotel. I promise it's just not something I was accustomed to. But he was like, yeah, we're going to go on this trip, but we're going to need to stay at like this lesser nice hotel. And I looked at him like he had four heads. I was like, what do you think I am? I'm not going to sleep. Anyways, so where is this going? This is going with, we decided that potentially mission work was not in my particular life in that capacity. But through Sandals, because they are lovely charitable people, we can go in groups while we are at Montego Bay to go read to children. And then we can read, we can enjoy our time, we can get to know kids, and then I go back to the resort and lay in our pool and eat good food.
It's the best of everything. I mean, it really is.
So I hate me. Please don't blast me for that. I understand that
We're being honest.
Some people are called and led to do certain things. So far, it has not been in my calling to do any more than some of the smaller things that I've done. I've worked in preschools, I've volunteered, I've done a lot of things, but particular like travel mission work in foreign places is probably not in my future.
I mean, I would agree with it's probably not in my future either, but maybe one day.
But
For
this
right
is
now,
the way.
it's also hard when you have kids to go on some of those trips and be away. You have to work it into like your whole family agenda. So I mean, there's a lot of reasons it's hard.
And I have a freakish, I'm learning more about myself. I'm 45, and I'm finally learning about myself. And apparently, I have a very high level of anxiety. And so I see the negative in every situation known to man. So naturally, going to a foreign country and being exposed to a whole lot of things. Anyways, my mind is going completely crazy just thinking about it. So me actually doing it is probably a little not in my zone.
And she's a very picky eater too.
You did have to add that.
She's
not wrong. She's not wrong.
Yeah, she would be very hungry in some places.
Mm-hmm. So all that to say, if there are people out there who are like me and who would like to do good in the world, connect with people from other cultures, bring school supplies, do a charity 5K, all of these types of things, this might be for you too.
Yeah.
I'm really, no, seriously, I'm being 100% honest. When Kristen told us this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And of course, we have a good laugh at my expense because sometimes that's what we do. But honestly, I do think a lot of people out there could feel good about something like this. And who knows, maybe it would be something that could expand to more. But for a Shutter and Compass, like first big group outing, we are thrilled that we have the opportunity and that Kristen reached out to us to be a part of this.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, I think it's going to be so much fun, and it really is a choose your own adventure. You can stay for a week with us, you can overlap dates with us, you can stay for only a few days. You can do the 5K. You can do, when we go to the school, that's called a reading road trip, I think. Mm-hmm. You can do the reading road trip. You can just bring some school supplies. You can do none of it and just show up and party. I mean, you don't even have to hang out with us more than you want to, but you're welcome to hang out with us.
Great.
I think so.
I don't know if fun. Except for that whole people judging me because, my mission thing. But anyways.
But we had a lot of fun.
My husband knows me well, and he's right. I don't tell him I said that, but he's right. I probably would not have done so well. My heart is in the right place, I promise. Just the rest of me is. We need to work on the rest of me a little bit.
That's too funny.
Sorry.
No, but it's real. Like what did we say at the beginning of this episode? We are trying to be honest here and be authentic and real. And that's part of life. Not everything is as perfect. And social media, you see highlights, and so I'm sure there's people who go on a mission trip and they show you the highlights of the parts of it that are wonderful and fulfilling, but they probably aren't showing you the all the bugs in the net over the bed. You do those like mosquito nets and like all the shots they had to get. And I mean, there's a lot
like safety and travel, and now I'm working with a broken body. There's all of these things, and shout out to the people who can do it. And yes, I do know now that, missionary work does not just mean Africa or, Asia. I do know that. And I do know you can go to, any city or you can do. So I do know those things, guys. I promise. In fact, I'm blessed to know and to have taught at 3.5, a young man who just got back from a trip in England doing missionary work, and he absolutely loved it and has fallen in love. And it was in England, and he got to go to London and all the things, but he was able to be a part of something that was so much bigger than just himself. And I'm just looking in awe at this kid, like, gosh, I wish I had known this, stuff 25 years ago. So.
Yeah. I mean, we're getting there.
We're getting there in our old age.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. But thank you guys for bearing with us and for hanging in there and just letting us be truthful and honest about kind of how things have shifted a little bit, and honestly where things are going. We are really, really excited about it all.
We are. And we are going to bring you a lot of behind the scenes of how we do this, because we were talking about the podcast and we have so many great guests lined up to come talk. Like, we've got a lot of really cool topics. Denise is going to be on and she's going to talk about Epic Universe. She was just there. And then we've got Kristen's going to come on and talk about sandals and a bunch of other really fun things. But we also want to kind of bring you a behind the scenes of like, how are we going to do this? Because that's kind of exciting, the whole inner workings of it.
Again, people get to see like this part of it that we're like freely showing you, but there's going to be a lot of times where we're banging our heads trying to figure this out, or Honestly, technology.
We've had tears in this room.
Technology doesn't work well with us for some reason. And we have a lot of it. That's the other thing. We want to bring you some of the things that are working for us, some of the things that aren't working so well, some of the things we spent money on that maybe we shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And that way, again, for people who are, and we 1,000% believe in entrepreneurship, people who are doing something similar, you guys will also be able to kind of follow our journey for what things were helpful, what wasn't, and where we were steered maybe not a great way, and maybe we can steer you better.
That's true. And I mean, just gear alone, like we've bought so much gear at this point, and we've learned what is really good and what was maybe not needed, you know?
But unless we did it, unless we experimented with, getting the stuff and really trying it, we really wouldn't have known.
Yeah, it's true.
So I think that there is a live and learn process here too.
And it's different for everyone. So even if we show you something and we say we love this, you might not like it. So I mean, also keep that in mind that it's going to be different for everyone, but we can tell you why we like it and why we maybe didn't use it, and then that can kind of help you decide if you think you would like it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, well, we will end this episode here, but please stay tuned because we do have a lot on the horizon. The next couple of episodes are going to be Denise Hall, our favorite Disney Universal travel agent, and she's going to be talking about her trip to Epic Universe, which is so exciting because we are going in July. Stay tuned for that. We're going to bring you all kinds of details. I'm sure it'll be completely different in July than it is now because it's still changing and it's not quite at full capacity yet, and the lines are I think like just starting to like function normally, so it'll be interesting.
Back with a trip with something that is so big, just in scale and scope, all of the things, the new technology, all the people. And I mean, 20 years ago, influencers and people like going and videoing, there's so many new components, I feel, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe they were doing that, like, I'm sure it was different. I'm sure it was not to the scale that it is now, for sure.
Yeah. Nothing like now.
Yeah. And so there's just a lot of things that I'm sure they had to do differently, and we're going to get to bring that. And Denise is, she's going to have all the scoops, all the tips, all the tricks, and we're excited.
Yeah, and we're going to try to do our research on top of that and figure out what is the best game plan, and then we'll test it and let you know how it goes.
And again, our game plan might be very different because we're going with a bunch of teenagers.
That's true.
And so that's going to look a lot different than someone going with...
Which, I think that's good because there are people who cater to the families with kids, and then there are people who cater to adults only. There's really not a lot of people doing this stuff with teenagers.
And we're very very blessed that our teenagers really want to go with us. They are so excited. They are over the moon excited. They are. So that makes us even more excited, I think.
Yeah. There's a lot of trip planning going on right now. It's lovely.
So, and just on a slight separate side note, pop by our website, www.shutterandcompass.com. We have merch now.
We do?
We have merch now. So if you haven't visited, go check it out. We're excited. More to come. We also have some of our favorite things that have helped us, that we have tried, true, purchased. And so we have linked some of those things in there for you guys.
You definitely want the portable charger we use. I tell everybody to get one. Shelby's gonna grab one. It is literally, we didn't plan this. It is never far from us. It is. I love this thing. You can pull the little things out, and it has all of the USB, micro, and lightning adapters, and it plugs into the wall.
And it comes in so many colors, so you're not going to lose yours. Your teenager's not going to steal it. Don't ask us how we know that.
The cords don't come out, so they can't steal your cord, and it just plugs into the wall. There is a USB on the bottom, so if you don't want to plug it into the wall, you can plug it into something else, but you can just plug it in the wall.
I don't know if I've ever actually paid attention to that.
It's the best thing ever. So grab the link for that on our website under the faves tab, and then there's some other things we love, and we'll keep adding things as we find stuff we love, but you need that.
And we're definitely, we've already talked about getting some fun stuff for Disney specifically, new and updated, because it's been a hot minute since I've been, for sure. So new things that we're excited to try, and hopefully let you know if it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Yeah, for sure. So stay tuned. We got a lot of great stuff coming. We're very excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we're glad you're still here. Thanks for bearing with us as we figured our situation out.
And again, we are so excited about where things are headed.
Yeah, it was all for the best. And I think if we can leave you with one little gem of wisdom from two old ladies, just keep that in mind, that when you're going through something and you're thinking, what the heck? Why did this happen? It's so that something else can happen. It's like a one door closes so another door can open, because you wouldn't have gone through that open door if the first one hadn't closed, right?
Absolutely.
So I think we had very much a serendipitous situation where it had to work the way it worked, and it's going to be lovely now. And we're so happy and excited. But man, it took a hot minute. I broke out in a full stress rash down my back. That has never happened to me, TMI guys, but that has never happened to me. I was like thrown for a loop.
Stress does a lot of bad things.
It does. It is so, stress is so bad for your physical body, you guys. That, and another gem from two old ladies, don't stress out. Try and I know that's easier said than done, but try really hard to mitigate the things that cause you stress. And, that was part of this. We had to let go of some things and say, that's not for us. And that's okay. That's good.
Yep. Breathe through it, vent it out, and move on.
Yes.
And that's honestly what we were able to do I think in a really good way, a positive way for just the energy that we truly believe surrounds us and is in us. It was good for that. And I think we feel better because of it now.
Yeah, we got a nice clean break. It's all positive, good energy around us right now. We don't have any of the stuff that we don't want. And so, yeah, it was great. So if anything is weird in your life, or you're kind of like, I don't know if I like this,
it's okay.
It's okay. And if something happens that you're like, I don't know why this happened, try to see if there's a reason, and try to look for what the next open door is that maybe is a sign that that's the door you're supposed to be looking at.
100%.
Yeah.
And trust me, with all the crazy in my life right now, if I didn't have her to tell me this information, it'd be bad. I would not be smiling in right here today. But I need to have that positive outlook and that positive energy, and someone to keep me a little sane, and to also remind me that I'm not going to be homeless.
No, you'll never be homeless. You can always live in my basement. It'll be fine.
No, it's just Christmas.
I'll just kick out my teenagers. Yeah. No, seriously though, she does have a house lined up. She's just in between houses, but we're joking. She's not going to be homeless. It's going to be fine.
Temporary homeless.
It's all good. It really is. But yeah,
I have to be on like the cool cul-de-sac now. So
that's right.
I mean, just like later parties hanging out. That's fine.
We do have the coolest cul-de-sac.
They really do. I said we because I'm here just as much, but they really do, and now I get to be part of it.
Yeah, you're honorary.
Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us again. And we look forward to giving you some great updates from Epic.
Absolutely. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.